Our top focus story on the broadcast is a massive escalation in tensions between Taiwan and China and the United States of America after US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi lands in Taiwan. China has threatened to quote China, targeted military action. That's the word coming out from Beijing. China's military has been put on a state of high alert. Chinese media is reporting that the People's Liberation Army will conduct a series of military maneuvers and exercises, including training activities, and these training activities will include live firing drills in sea and in air. So this is an air, land and sea exercises. Now some of the details that are appearing in Chinese media seems to indicate that long-range artillery shooting in the Taiwan Straits using long-range RT is just one part. There will also be conventional missiles. Their tests will also be carried out. The PLA's Eastern Theatre Command is to hold these joint military drills. Now, two of our reporters, our correspondents watching the story very closely, join me on the show. I have Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan joining me on the show. Also with me is Abhishek Bhalla, our editor Defense and the bureau chief, who joined me on the show. But Geeta, I want to come to you first. Nancy Pelosi has landed. Is this a major setback to China in general and Xi Jinping in particular?
Well, specifically speaking, there was no way out. Now, China could not have done anything but send out the threats that it did, and the US could not have backed out at this moment with Chinese threats and China bullying another country. And that's the reason why Pelosi went ahead with the visit, and now we're looking at the Chinese threats. Serious threats coming in from the Chinese side. Two statements that came in from the Chinese Foreign Ministry immediately after Pelosi landed in Taiwan, and now Gaurav, a statement by People's Liberation Army showing a map with 6 areas where military operations are going to take place. Like you rightly pointed out, there are also some other areas that were mentioned earlier in the day. Xiamen, where tanks were seen rolling in, the warplanes that flew across the Taiwan Strait all through the day. And now we're looking at 6 areas around Taiwan where military operations, live fire drills are going to be conducted. So serious provocation there by China, but will that also end up with provocation that will see some response from the Taiwanese side? Is something we'll have to wait and see. The 2 areas that the Chinese are now going to look at in terms of punishing, if I could use that word, Taiwan for having welcomed Pelosi, invited Pelosi, or allowed Pelosi to land on Taiwanese soil, which is economic sanctions. There are going to be some serious economic ramifications and repercussions to the visit, and military action. In terms of military action, Gaurav, there is going to be serious ramification not just for Taiwan and China, but also the entire region.
Give me a moment. We'll talk about these military actions and operations in detail. Geeta, stay with me for a moment.